Imagine a world of legend. Twin boys, Romulus and Remus, saved by a she-wolf, destined to build Rome. Their story, and Rome's, comes to us through the words of Titus Livius. Livy, a master storyteller from over 2,000 years ago. Livy didn't just record history, he brought it to life, weaving myth, legend, and fact into a sweeping narrative. His work, Ebe, aimed to capture Rome's journey from its mythical founding to the rise of Augustus. Livy wanted Romans to remember their origins, their struggles, and the virtues that made them great. Through his vivid storytelling, the past becomes present. Rome is alive with ambition, conflict, and triumph. Livy invites us not just to learn, but to experience, to feel the fear of invasion, the thrill of victory, and the weight of destiny. As we step into ancient Rome, let Livy be our guide. This isn't just history, it's an adventure into the heart of a civilization. Are you ready? The gates of Rome are open. Why care about Livy's ancient tales? Because they reveal the soul of Rome. Livy wrote during a time of upheaval, as the Republic gave way to empire, reminding Romans of the virtues, duty, courage, piety, that once defined them. His stories became the foundation of Roman identity, shaping how generations saw themselves and their place in the world. These tales weren't just history lessons, they were moral blueprints, rallying Romans around a shared past. Even after Rome fell, Livy's influence endured. His work was read by scholars, kings, and thinkers like Machiavelli. Artists and playwrights drew inspiration from his dramatic accounts. Livy's stories became a cornerstone of Western culture, shaping ideas about government law and citizenship. They remind us that the stories we tell define who we are. Livy didn't just preserve Rome's past, he ensured its spirit would echo through the ages. His work is a testament to the enduring power of shared history, and that's why Livy still matters. Who was Livy? Born in Patavium in 59 BC, he grew up outside Rome, giving him a unique perspective on the city's story. He witnessed the Republic's collapse and Augustus's rise, a time of uncertainty and transformation. Livy wasn't a politician, he was an outsider, able to see Rome's history with fresh eyes. Obsessed with the past, Romans believed history held the key to their future. Livy set out to write it all. 142 books covering over 700 years. He spent 40 years gathering sources, reading old records, and crafting a narrative that was as much art as scholarship. Livy focused on the moral lessons of history, highlighting moments when Roman character was tested. His work wasn't just about what happened, but why it mattered. He wanted to inspire his readers, to remind them of the greatness and the fragility of their civilization. Livy's history became a literary monument, as enduring as any Roman arch. Through his words, Rome's story became a guide for generations, and in telling Rome's story, Livy shaped its legacy. Livy's tale begins in myth. Romulus, son of a god, founds Rome, a city destined for greatness. He recounts the reigns of 7 kings, their virtues and vices, and the city's first steps towards civilization. The drama ignites with the fall of the last king, Tarquin the Proud, whose tyranny and the tragedy of Lucretia spark revolution. Lucius Junius Brutus leads the people to overthrow the monarchy, vowing never again to be ruled by a king. The Republic is born, and with it, the Roman ideal of liberty. Livy shows the Republic's fragility, threatened by enemies and internal strife. He tells of heroes like Horatius at the bridge and Cincinnatus, the farmer dictator who saved Rome and returned to his plow. These stories, whether fact or legend, became symbols of Roman virtue and civic duty. Livy presents them as timeless lessons, the moral foundation of the Republic. Through these tales, Romans learned what it meant to serve the state. And Livy ensured those lessons would never be forgotten. For centuries, Rome grew, until disaster struck in 390 BC. The Gauls swept into Italy, shattering the Roman army and sacking the city. Livy paints a scene of chaos, citizens fleeing, the city burning, humiliation seared into Roman memory. Yet even in defeat, stories of courage emerge, like the sacred geese of Juno, whose cries saved the last defenders on the Capitoline Hill, the Romans paid a heavy ransom to drive the Gauls away, learning a bitter lesson: woe to the vanquished. This trauma fueled Rome's determination. They rebuilt, reformed, and vowed never to be conquered again. Livy uses this moment to explain Rome's relentless ambition. The sack became a turning point, driving Rome to expand and fortify. Out of disaster, Rome found new strength. The city's humiliation became the spark for empire. Livy's account reminds us, even in ruin, a civilization can find its purpose, and Rome's purpose was conquest. 2 centuries after the Gauls, Rome faced its greatest threat, Hannibal of Carthage. In 218 BC, Hannibal led his army, and elephants, across the Alps into Italy, a feat that stunned the world. Livy describes the suffering and determination of Hannibal's march, and the terror that gripped Rome. Hannibal's genius brought Rome to the brink at Cannae. Tens of thousands of Romans fell in a single day. Hannibal at the gates became a byword for crisis. Yet, Hannibal hesitated. He never marched on Rome itself. That pause gave Rome time to recover. Livy shows how the Romans, battered but unbroken, rebuilt their armies and changed their strategy. Under Scipio Africanus, they took the fight to Carthage and won. Rome's resilience triumphed over Hannibal's brilliance. The Punic Wars left Rome master of the Mediterranean. Livy's account is a testament to endurance in the face of disaster. Rome survived and conquered. Livy's history isn't just battles and generals, it's the human stories that endure. He highlights individuals, men and women, whose actions shaped Rome's destiny. Women like Lucretia and the Sabine women are central, not passive. Their courage sparks revolutions and brings peace. Livy's heroes, like Cincinnatus and Mucius Scaevola, embody Roman virtue: self-sacrifice, bravery, and devotion to the state. These stories, a blend of legend and history, were meant to inspire. Did every detail happen? Maybe not. For Livy, the moral truth mattered more than the literal. He used these tales to teach Romans what greatness looked like. The gods, Livy believed, favored Rome because of its people's discipline and piety. His history became a collection of moral examples. Through these stories, Romans connected with their past and found strength for their future. Livy's Rome was built on character. Of Livy's 142 books, only 35 survive. The rest lost to time. Yet even fragments shaped Rome's identity for generations, providing a shared language of heroes and values. Livy's work became a moral guide, a warning against corruption, and a source of pride. After Rome's fall, his history bridged the ancient and modern worlds, inspiring Renaissance thinkers and the founders of new republics. Livy's stories still raise timeless questions. What holds a society together? What virtues should we admire? Which stories will we pass on? His work reminds us that history is a conversation across time. We are all connected to those who came before us. Their struggles, triumphs, and failures are part of our story. Livy shows that history is more than facts. It's the legacy we leave. What stories will future generations tell about us? The echo of Rome and Livy's voice endures.